Hello, thank you for joining me today. We're going to do a reading for Amberlynn Reid. And remember, we welcome the spirits here with us today, and I welcome you and thank you for coming. And let's get started. What's been going on with Amber? Oh gosh, she blames cellulitis on a puddle. But let's keep going. I mean, it's possible, but I don't know. I feel odd about it, but why speculate when we can ask the spirits? So we're going to do a bunch of 3-card reads. See if the spirits, we're going to ask the spirits, can you tell us anything about Amberlynn's health? The cellulitis, lymphedema, anything of the sort. Remember, health can also be mental as well, spirits, whatever you think we need to know, or any upcoming changes. All right, we'll clear deck. Give one more good shuffle. And let's get started. Remember, we tap the deck to wake up the spirits. Who do we have? We have the Queen of Pentacles. She's reversed. We have the Six of Swords, also reversed. Ooh, we have the High Priestess. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. So this Queen of Pentacles, she is reversed. She is financial independence, self-care, work-home conflict, self-centered, jealousy, and smothering. Nice. Okay, that's a strong start. This very well could just be Amber. Like financial independence, definitely I think she is. I think she makes okay. Well, probably more than okay. But she definitely makes enough to take care of herself financially, and that could be the self-care part. The work-home conflict. I do think it's not very good for her to be at home. And like, I don't think her YouTube channel is helping her health, definitely, in the long run. Like, she's not getting out. She's not really mingling, getting that, like, social interaction beyond, like, the people she meets at bingo. Just not getting that up and moving around and, normal life. We also have self-centered jealousy and smothering. That's definitely, I think that's Amber to a T, especially the self-centered jealousy, smothering. Definitely smothering, I believe, in probably in any relationship that she has, even like maybe the one she has with her mother. Okay, so let's continue to the Nine of Swords. Is reversed as inner turmoil, deep-seated fears, secrets, releasing worry, hope, and reaching out. I think I've gotten reaching out for her before, but I thought maybe she would be reaching out to a therapist. Turns out it's GPD. Oh, I probably ruined that. I'm not sure. But maybe reaching out in a different way, reaching out to an ex, maybe, or an old friend. But we also have deep-seated fears and secrets. What secrets could she be holding on to? Who knows? Now we have the High Priestess. So this is Amber over here. Who is this lovely lady? Intuition, sacred knowledge, the subconscious, divine, feminine, trust yourself, sensitivity, purity, high morals. Wow, that one is strange. Who is the High Priestess? Divine, feminine, trust yourself. I have a funny feeling this is a person. Perhaps who she's reaching out to or telling her secrets to. Let's ask. We're going to put this one on the back burner for now, because I want to ask about the secrets, but I'm super interested in who the High Priestess is. Spirits, can you give us a clue? Oh, I have jumpers. Oh, it's a lot of jumpers. I have 4. Oh, I don't know. Usually I don't trust jumpers because I'm a bad shuffler. This one popped out first. Says, it's the King of Pentacles. Says wealth, business, leadership, security, discipline, abundance, prosperity, and generosity. Maybe someone who was generous. Seems like maybe financially successful. Huh. And it's funny because it's side by side with the Queen of Pentacles. So maybe they're implying maybe this is a romantic interest in this because, you know, obviously King and Queen. But let's go ahead and look at the other cards. That also came up with the Ace of Pentacles. It says lost opportunity, missed chance, bad investment, lack of planning, and foresight. Lost opportunity, maybe a lost romantic opportunity. Some sort of missed chance. Also, for some reason, when I saw missed chance and lost opportunity, I did think back to the weight surgery bypass that Amber was attempting and then backed out of. Supposedly, she backed out of it. So, I don't know. I get that feeling when I see a lost opportunity, because that was definitely a lost opportunity for her. We also got the star. It was reversed. It says lack of faith, despair, discouragement, insecurity, self-trust, and disconnection. So, again, we have insecurity and despair, which is funny because we have this one, the inner turmoil, and we have this worry, deep-seated fears. So something is definitely giving her anxiety. I don't know if it's about the High Priestess, like if it's that person that's giving her that, or if this is like, because it does say releasing worry in this one up here. So maybe it's someone, again, like she's telling her insecurities to, her, you know, her anxieties to. I don't know. I also got the Nine of Wands. It was upright. It says courage, persistence, test of faith, resilience, boundaries, last stand, gearing up for worse, pessimism, and worry. It's funny we have test of faith, and the one behind it says lack of faith. Didn't it say something about faith up here? Maybe not. Well, it says high morals. Usually high morals is tied into faith. Not necessarily, but, you know, it usually is. Gearing up for the worst. Okay, well, let's put these aside. And if they become relevant, I will pull them out. But let's continue to ask the spirits again. Spirits, can you give us a clue as to who the High Priestess is? Again, those cards very well could have been just, I missed, you know? But I know some readers, they read their, and you know, sometimes I do get a good card that falls out. Ooh, King of Swords. Okay, so we are going to start with the Four of Swords. It's reversed. It says exhaustion, burnout, deep contemplation, stagnation, restless stress. So again, we have inner turmoil. We have stress. We have, oh my gosh, what was that one? Oh, didn't we have one that was maybe it was the worry and the deep-seated, like, definitely, like, stress. Like, she's definitely stressed out about something. Oh, this pessimism. There we go. And the gearing up for the worst. So there's definitely something. Here we go. Despair. Insecurity. I think that's the one I was looking for. So yeah, so definitely is saying Amber is definitely stressed out about something. And I just wonder, like, is this relationship related or is this weight related? Because we did get jealousy in the very first card, smothering. And even I said, you know, like, in a relationship wise, that's pretty much pegs her. And like I said, reaching out, maybe it's to a new partner or maybe even a partner she's had before or a friend. Let's continue. We have the King of Swords. This is quiet power, inner truth, callous, weakness, loss of emotional control, manipulation, misuse of power. Very well could be another indicator for Amber. Because, you know, everyone says, like, you know, she's very manipulative. She tries to emotionally control her partners. Again, can go into the Queen of Pentacles. the smothering, self-centered jealousy definitely works into emotional control, and callous too, I think. To like the self-centered and the callous, I think do like go hand in hand, because I don't believe you can be 100% callous without being, or you can't be like a narcissist, like all about yourself and not be callous, because you don't really care all that much about other people. So just where she's coming up, I believe, in the middle of this priestess question. All right, so we have the 8 of Wands. 2 speed, rapid action, movement, swift change, manifesting quickly, quick decisions, air travel. Uh-oh. Is someone coming to see Amber? Because I really do believe, and see how positioned they're right on top of each other. Again, we have female, and then we have male energy once again. Which doesn't necessarily mean this is a man. Very well could be someone who identifies as masculine, or, like just someone who has like male energy, or maybe this is just how the card best describes this person. But it just, again, like feminine, masculine, and then we had feminine with the queen, and we had masculine with the king. I'm definitely getting lover energy. And whatever has happened is going to happen quick. Okay, what was the other one I wanted to ask about? It was the secrets one, wasn't it? Where's the secrets? Where's the secrets? Oh, it was this one. Ugh, that's why I put it in the corner. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I am a mess. I'm so sorry, you guys. All right. So I'm trying to lay them out in a way so if I need to find a card, I can just like, oh yeah, this is the one I wanted. Because before I was piling them up and then like taking forever to look for it. All right. Sorry about that. All right, spirits. Can you tell us more? Wait, no, that wasn't the one I was looking for, was it? Oh my gosh, it wasn't the one I was looking for. Oh, it was this one. We know all about the queen. We don't need information about her. We need the secrets. I'm still a mess, you guys. I'm so sorry. All right. Spirits, can you tell us more about the secrets? What secrets, what inner turmoil plagues Amberlynn Reid? Good shuffle going. Good shuffle. Come on, spirits. Help us out. Help us out. What do we have? We have King of Cups. We have another king. We have the 8 of Swords. It is reversed. And we have the Ace of Swords. We have another ace as well. Remember, there was an ace that fell out. It was the Ace of Pentacles. All right. So, again, another king. He is upright. Says emotionally balanced, compassion, diplomatic control, balance, supportive leader, tolerant, and empathetic. Isn't it the second time we've gotten leader? Leadership, yeah, and the other king. Which isn't surprising because, kings provide some sort of leader. It says control as well. It's funny we get control because we had emotional control in one of these. Yep. The other king. In the other king, we had emotional control. I wonder, does this king have the emotional control? Or does Amber have emotional control over the king? The king is definitely a lover. I'm calling it right now. Amber's in a relationship. Or she's trying to. Maybe that's the air travel that's being predicted in the 8 of Wands. Someone she's met over online and they're coming to see her. So it wouldn't surprise me if Amber kind of goes dark for a few days because she always does whenever she gets company. That is so funny that these all relate to each other. Wow. That is crazy. They're all kings. They're all kings. Big male energy. It's funny because wasn't Amber just caught talking to a guy. Forgot his name. I want to say it starts with a D. All right, sorry. Let's continue. We have the Eight of Swords is reversed as self-limiting beliefs, inner critic, releasing negative thoughts, opening to new perspectives, self-acceptance, and freedom. I wonder if this has anything to do with the male energy from the king. Because if Amber is talking to a guy, when it would, maybe that's the secret. That's the secret, isn't it? I bet you it is. The inner turmoil. Because we have inner critic and releasing negative thoughts, releasing worry. Even acceptance. So maybe Amber is accepting like a bisexual part of herself. Which, pop off. Like, I don't care who, I honestly think we shouldn't label each other at all. We're all human. We don't have to, love doesn't have a gender. I'm a firm believer in that. But Amber has steadfast, even here recently, like, I'm a lesbian, I only like women. So to be, talking to a man, maybe even falling in love, because again, we have jealousy, smothering, and that's exactly what she does when she's in love. That would make her come off as a hypocrite. Which I'll be honest with you, I wouldn't put it against her. Like I said, like, love doesn't have a gender. Like, come on. Let's go ahead and read the Ace of Swords. It is reversed. It says confusion, brutality, chaos, inner clarity, rethinking an idea, and clouded judgment. Okay, like rethinking an idea. Again, like with her sexuality, like rethinking her own sexuality. Even that could cause the confusion, the chaos. And it keeps talking about inner clarity, inner critic. There was another one talked about inner turmoil. Exactly. So like definitely something within herself that she's struggling with. She's struggling for the self-acceptance. This is something I did not expect to get today. Like, I know we've speculated for the past few weeks because she keeps texting on her live streams that she's talking to someone, but definitely someone with male energy, someone she's like conflicted about. Now, whether it's an actual man or it could be someone born as a woman and consider themselves males, like a transgender. But definitely something Amber is struggling with. But she's struggling with it, with the, I guess with the idea of it. Not so much the emotional part of it, I think. Because again, we have jealousy and smothering, and she wouldn't be acting this way if she didn't think she was in love. Because what we've seen her in love, and that's that right there. So that is crazy. And I do believe Amber is connected to the priestess, but only as the feminine energy. Oh, something popped. It even talks about the subconscious in the high priestess. Like Amber's having issues with that. Yeah, so definitely something's going on in Amber's head. And again, like this card, I think it was just pushing the femininity behind Amber. And these kings are pushing the masculinity in this new partner. So let's see. Let's hang on a second. Let's put these over here just a little bit. Let's scoot this. Let's ask the spirits if they can give us a little bit of tea. Spirits, can you tell us about this king? Who is this king? Can you tell us more about them? Let's focus on the king's masculine energy. Queen of Cups. Again, we get another like feminine. The Fool, it is reversed. The Devil, but he's also reversed. All right, so we have the Queen of Cups. It says compassion, comforting, calm, nurturing, healing, emotionally stable, intuitive, again, caring. Again, I just feel like this is just pulling in on like feminine energy. So maybe, because I did ask about the king. I do wonder if maybe perhaps the king is a woman. Or maybe they started as a woman and now they're coming off as masculine. I'm not sure. But definitely about this person, like, I don't know. There's some sort of inner conflict going on with Amber. And that's the only thing I can think of. And we have the Fool. It is reversed. It says holding back, indecision, hesitation, reckless, fearless, bad choices, and risk-taking. Holding back and indecision. Maybe that, again, like the hesitation about bringing them onto the channel or even talking about them on the channel. Like, she would definitely be hesitant about that, especially what happened with Emily. It does say risk-taking and recklessness, which could be hand in hand with the speed, rapid action, quick decisions, you know. It's funny because we have quick decisions in this one and we have indecision. So I think it's a quick decision that they want to meet each other, but what I think is the holding back, I think that is what Amber is willing to tell her audience, that hesitation. And then we have the Devil. He is reversed. It says releasing limited beliefs, exploring dark thoughts, detachment, freedom, restoring control, resentment, lack of will. So again, we have control. In this point, it says restoring control. So I believe, I'll be honest, whenever Amber is in a relationship, I honestly believe that a big part of what makes her like really like do this smothering, this jealousy, you know, this part of the relationship is the fact that she wants control. So when she's not in a relationship, I feel like she doesn't believe she's in control. And when Amber doesn't feel like she's in control, I think that's one of the reasons that causes her to reach out. And that could be the, where it's talking about, well, again, we have reaching out right here. When it's talking about the, like, the stress and the restlessness. And even, oh, what's it called? Where is it? Was there one that said anxiety? I'm sure one of these said anxiety somewhere. But definitely, like, there's some... Maybe it was this one. Maybe it's the deep-seated fears and the inner turmoil. Maybe that's the anxiety and the stress Amber feels, like, because she doesn't have that control over someone, which is sad. You should not feel good being in control of anyone. That is definitely always despair in the star. That's what it was. The despair and the disconnection. Like, maybe Amber doesn't feel like herself unless she's controlling someone in her life. Which, again, that's pathetic. Which goes under, like, the self-centeredness right there. I really do believe that. And I think that's one of the main reasons why she gets into these relationships. But I think restoring control is getting back into a relationship. Even we have like a lack of will. And it's funny because the king, every time we mention the king, it's talking about control. And I was wondering, okay, who's controlling who? And I just wonder, because it does start with a feminine energy, I believe the spirits are trying to tell us that Amber is the one in control, or she's going to be. She's going to be restoring that control. That, where is it? Emotional control in the king, whoever this king is. And it's funny because we have emotionally balanced. So this is probably a normal human being, or at least like as close to normal as anyone can really get. And then we have Amber taking control. I really do believe that. Wow. Okay, so that's a good one. That's a good one, you guys. Actually, pretty awesome. I always make it a big deal to get the devil, but really it's not that big of a deal. He pops up every so often, especially when talking about the girls, because that's a right side up. It talks about like addiction and sexuality, and that's something that pops up with the girls quite often. All right, so I'm going to do a quick shuffle. I'm going to ask the spirits to send you a message through me. I'm going to intuitively pick a card just for you, and I want you to think about a person or a situation you might be in, a question you might have. Perhaps I will pick a card that will guide you in the right direction. And it's just a little card I like to pull out just for you. Just as a thank you for hanging out with me today. All right. So let's go. All right. Intuitive. I'm feeling this one right here. I'm feeling it. What did we get? Oh, we got the Page of Pentacles. It says manifestation, financial opportunity, skill development, ambition, desire, diligence. Okay, and remember, pentacles are all about that coin. So it does say financial, and pentacles are often financial. So it seems like perhaps maybe a new job, maybe you're getting promotion. It does talk about ambition, desire, diligence. So it seems like you really put in the work, and there's going to be a reward, like a manifestation. Something's going to happen. Good. I love getting positive cards because I think you guys are just neat. And you should always have a positive card. So it's really a bummer when a negative one pops up. All right. But again, thank you for joining me. Remember to thank the spirits for helping us out today. And I hope you have a great day.